And if he goes through my stuff, I'm gonna feel violated.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, don't do nothing to me that you don't want me to do to you. I'm better at it.
Oh my God.
You're gonna lose, right? So why even start that? Because here's the thing: you can get access to mine all day long, but you're gonna give up yours first. I may never check yours. But if you hesitate when I ask you where yours are, but you're aggressive in trying to get mine, what's the problem? Because I'm going to ask you, is there a question you want to ask? I mean, do you think something? Because I'm just going to tell you the truth. I don't have time.
Right. Angelo says that he would never give his out anymore. He said he was burned, and he said he's not doing it. He's in the comments. He says, never again will I do that. And I think, real honestly, I think that people have experience, particularly with advanced technology, man. I think a lot of people have experienced the negative side of it. You don't hear people talking about the positive side of sharing passwords. That's just not the conversation that we hear very often, that, oh yeah, I'm glad my girl got my passcodes because, oh, I'm glad my boo got my passcodes because. We don't hear that. We hear the very negative sides to that. And one of the things this survey said that was very interesting is that when the people went through the phones, about 90% of the time they were correct. There was cheating. So that kind of undergirds the argument of why people are so secretive. But then you think about the day in the day of smartphones, we house a lot of personal data. It's a lot of personal information on there. And so I think I understand the nervousness of people, but because some people are not cheating, but some people feel, like you said, it's really intrusive. And if I want you to have that, I'll give that to you. But it's kind of intrusive to kind of ask, because you do wonder, like, okay, well, how does this end? What's the end game with this? Because that means that makes you feel that they're watching your every move. They're looking at the speedometer the odometer rather, in your car. They may be on Find My Phone or Locate Friends, and they're it gets really spooky, I think. So I don't really know if it's a set rule, but it is a conversation that must be had, I believe, if couples are going to be, happy or, build something solid, though. I think you got to have a conversation about it.
That made me think about a situation that I had with somebody I was interested in, and they had handed me their phone for something and told me the code. And then when I handed it, I did what I need to do, and I handed it back to them. And, he said, I'm going to change it after this. Like, I'm going to change the code after this. I was like, well, that's up to you. And then we did have the conversation, because I realized that it was like, you think I'm going to go through your phone? Like, I don't think it's wrong for people if you feel like that's what you need to do. Like, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, I ain't going through your stuff, because I feel like that when you do something and you're doing something, it's going to come out in other ways.
Anyway, yeah.
Let me tell you something. Ladies know this more than men, I think. And maybe that's because I'm a lady and that's my only reference.
Probably.
Listen, if your man is connecting with another woman, you always know. You ain't got to check his phone. You always
Okay, but
know.
hold on. Let me ask you a question. That's a good point. Let me ask you this. So if that is true, and I believe it is, does the woman have to go further? Like it's almost like she knows that, like you said, she knows. You said she ain't got to go in the phone, but she does. I mean, I'm talking about, I've never seen people with superior hacking skills like women who think their man is cheating. So what do you think happens at that particular point? What do you think mentally is going on if a woman intuitively knows? What do you think from a woman's perspective happens next when she must go and gather the proof? Is it that she doesn't want to falsely accuse, even though her intuition says, I know because a woman knows? And it goes on and on. It almost is like both be getting killed.
I don't think it's the like, before I falsely accuse. Again, this is LaTanya. Guys, don't think your girl think like this. But what I think she's saying is, because let me listen, this is how it go down with us, right? We ask you, right? All women are lawyers. And y'all know, what do they say? Well, lawyer never asks a question that she don't know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
He or she doesn't know the answer to. So that's what women do. What women are doing is gathering evidence to see what you're going to say.
Oh, to catch you in a lie.
So if I ask you, right? If I ask you, hey, do you know Shanika Boone? Hopefully that ain't nobody's real name, because I don't know nobody by that name. Do you know Shanika Boone? And you like, Shanika?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think I know her. But I got the receipts. Then at the end of the day, now you done already lied. And so now women, we just gonna go for the jugular. Oh, you don't know Shanika? You don't know Shanika? So just put it all out, right?
Yeah.
So the point that I'm trying to make is, if you say you know Shanika, oh, how you know Shanika? Guys, if a woman asks you more than 2 questions about a woman, you need to just say, what you want to know?
That's right. That's exactly what I feel.
Don't put yourself in no situation to lie. I'm putting y'all up on game tonight. I'm gonna put the men up on game tonight, because even though the study shows that men actually do this more than women, going through things, I think the publicizing of things is more of a woman's thing, which is why we think that women do it more than men. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a woman gonna put you on Front Street. Let's just be honest. So guys, let me put you up on game. You saw how I asked about Shanika? He said, yeah. Do you know Shanika? Right? How you know Shanika?
Right.
And you say, well, yeah, me and Shanika went to high school together. Oh, well, did you see Shanika when you went home? Listen, don't answer that question. Just say, what you trying to know and how you know Shanika?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what she gonna say? I went through your phone. I was in, you know what I'm like, what is she gonna say? The point that I'm trying to make is, I'm putting y'all up on game. Don't get caught with doing nothing like that. And if you know that you're getting down with Shanika, don't let Shanika send you no text message or be in your inbox.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Ask Shanika to text your cousin.
Right. Well, Kathy Moore asked she makes a statement that, why, if you're just dating, why do you need that information? So I guess my question would be kind of sort of tonight, is there any justification? Is there any legitimate justification for someone who's just dating, the status is dating, and let's just say it's exclusive? Like, is that the rite of passage that says we are exclusive because I have nothing to hide? You can hold my phone. You can make calls from my phone. In fact, there's this comedian, Desi. Desi is really crazy. Desi did a skit about his girlfriend wanting to use his cell phone. And he lost his mind. He was like, no, Candy, you ain't using my phone. And she was like, why you hiding something? She's like, he said, no, she said, well, I ain't got no charge on my phone. She said, let me use your phone. So she snatches the phone, and of course she goes in it and she sees a picture. So, he said, but we ain't even married, Candy. What's wrong with you? Now, that's the thing that I think we have to ask tonight. If you guys are dating tonight on that's on the feed tonight in the comments, do you feel that a person saying, I have nothing to hide, there's no passcode, there is nothing that I hide from you on this phone, so I'm going to the bathroom, I'm going to go to the restroom, I'm going to leave my phone right here. If it rings, you can look at it. Is that the ultimate evidence of trust now? No,
absolutely not. It's not. Oh, wait, let me address the question that was asked, right? About dating. If you're dating, why do you need that information? I think that that's the individual thing, right? Mm-hmm. If 2 people that are dating agree, they can share whatever information they want to share. Because remember, there are a lot of people that are in very, very long-term relationships that never go through the formal marriage process. So I think we have to look at the spectrum of relationships, right? We have to think about what is the status of this couple. But I also think it's an individual thing, because some people feel like, look, once we say we're exclusive, we need to go to that next level, and I need to be able to look all in your stuff, right? I personally don't subscribe to that. Mm-hmm. I just feel like, I think it was Albert that said, he was taught never go in a woman's purse.
Right.
Said, well, just like his phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying is there are rules, but the rules and norms are dictated by two people, right? Like for me, I guess because this has always been my rule. If you go through my phone, my text messages, my emails, my pictures, my Facebook stuff, whatever it is, if you go through that and you see something that you feel is suspicious, before you open your mouth and say anything to me, you better check the date. Because what I don't do, I ain't going back erasing nothing from before I knew you. I don't care if you find out that I used to pick it with, Billy Bob JoJo. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know Billy Bob JoJo, as long as y'all ain't boys, we should be all right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So at the end of the day, for me, that type of stuff is a non-issue. But to address what she's saying, do I think that there's a distinction between things that you share with somebody you're dating and someone that is your life mate, whether that's a marriage or, okay, we're in a life partnership and we're building life together? Absolutely, right? Because now you have said, this is it. Do I think that the end all be all is whether or not you have my passcodes? No. But let me tell you just quickly in that context, why passcodes and people having passcodes are important. Because it's not just your mate that ain't got your password. Most of the time, even whoever your mama and people like that, they don't even know your passcode.
Right.
So if something happens to you, right?
That's very true.
Think about this. Y'all watch the first 48. What's the first thing that the cops get? That cell phone.
That's
because
right.
the cell phone says what's the last thing you were doing before somebody took you out, right? So when I talk about positive reasons and legitimate reasons for somebody to have those passcodes, whether it's your mate or not, but somebody needs to have those passcodes in case something happens to you. I mean, to me, that is very crucial, right? Because there may be some information and some things that's needed. Now, I know that's not, we talking about relationship deal breakers and deal makers, but think about it. If you live in another state, away from your family, like I've been like that, it's just me, I have no family there, somebody needs to have that information that's in the same place where I am.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
Because it's going to take a minute for people to find your family. It's going to take a minute for all of these things. So what I'm saying is, and this is real talk, whether it's your mate or whatever, somebody needs to be able to have access to your electronic devices, because we live our lives inside of these smartphones. Right. If we have any smartphones, we live our lives inside of those smartphones. So that's something that I want everybody to take away, whether or not you give it to your boo or your bae, but somebody needs to be able to have access to that information. Now, you ain't got to get them everything, right? You can just say, you know what, I'm going to send you an email and just know everything is in this, and this, because we are living at a time where getting access to information quickly is vital. Now, I will say this, when I work with couples as they're looking at, going to the next level and thinking about, assets and all these sorts of things, I do talk with them about access to information, right? Whether it's passcodes, whether it's ATM PIN numbers, because I know that's something we want to hit before we leave tonight. We talking about passcodes to your phone. I mean, what about your ATM?
Right. Absolutely.
What about access to your bank account? Would you let Bae or Boo just go on and check your the balance on your bank account?
Well, I hear that, and for some reason I'm stuck, because you've made very valid points that if you are in a relationship, that somebody does need to know, if something happens to you, how to get to the vital information. Because you're right, we don't have our parents, on that all the time or whatever, but now you're down with this person. This is who you say you love. And if something happens, that means that we have a real serious problem. I think that, again, Albert said there needs to be an agreement. And I think I'm going to go back and stay with Albert tonight, is that's one of those things that you must converse about. that if you're getting ready to settle down with this person and you're getting ready to be with them, my thing is be smart enough. If you're going to get in a relationship, stop doing stuff on your phone. You know what I mean? Stop doing your dirt on your phone for real. Because
I'm gonna take it a step